Hello everyone, my name is Ramjyoti. This session is about HTML forms. The HTML form element is used to define a form that collects user input. Therefore, the form element is used when we want to collect information or data from the users or customers. A HTML form element contains input elements like text fields, submit buttons, radio buttons, etc. The syntax of the form is given below. How do forms work? A form contains two parts. The first part is the one that you see on the web page, which is written in HTML. And the second part is an application on the server that processes the information that is collected by the form. There are two parts to a working form. The first part is the form that you see on the web page itself that is created using HTML. Forms are made up of buttons, input fields, and drop-down menus used to collect information from the user. Forms may also contain text and other elements. The other component of a web form is an application or script on the server that processes the information collected by the form and returns an appropriate response. In other words, hosting an HTML document with the form elements is not enough. Web applications and steps require programming. Form attributes. The first form attribute is action attribute. It defines the action to be performed when the form is submitted. Method attribute is used to upload data. Get and post methods are most frequently used. The target attribute specifies the target window where the result of the script will be displayed. The end type attribute is used to specify how the browser encodes the data before it sends it to the server. The input element. The input element can be displayed in several ways depending on the type attribute. If the input type is text, it gives a one-line text input. The input type radio is used for selecting one of the many choices. If the input type is submit, is used for submitting the form. Text input controls. There are three types of text inputs used in forms: single line text input controls, password input controls, multi-line text input controls. Single line text input controls. This control is used for items that require only one line of user input, such as search boxes or names. They are created using the HTML input tag. Password input controls. This is also a single line text input control, but it masks the character as soon as the user enters it. Therefore, the password input control is used to hide the characters when they are entered. They are also created using input tag. Multiple line text input controls. This is used when the user is required to give details that may be longer than a single sentence. Multi-line input controls are also created using the HTML text area tag. The label element. The label element represents a caption for an item in a user interface. It contains the for attribute. The value of the for attribute must be a single ID for a label form-related element in the same document as the label element. So any given label element can be associated with only one form control. Now let us look at an example. This is a HTML document. This is the HTML document, which is used to create the form that has the elements first name, last name, address, mobile number, gender, email, password, along with the submit button. Here, the marquee tag is used to make a scrolling text. Therefore, the registration form in the web page would be scrolling. Now, let us look at the output. Here is the output. for the HTML code. As you can see, the registration form text is scrolling here. That's all about HTML forms. Thank you.